Hey there, it's Anonymous T. Welcome to Anonymous T Podcast. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love Island USA. You guys, surprise, surprise. I mean, the show that has 919 million viewers, you guys, or views by the minute or whatever data they're utilizing. I just know it's more than all your favorite shows on all the streaming platforms, right? But nonetheless, we have some updates to get to regarding the finalists. So finally, everybody else has left Fiji today, right? And so Janae and Kenny left, Daniela and Nicole left. Nicole seems to be socially distancing away from Kendall, outside of the group doing a shot of tequila before they went their separate ways. Miguel, he let the people know that it's going to be a delay before he ends up in LA, even though he said in an interview he's going to LA right away. But now he's going to the UK, where he lives, you guys. But nonetheless, he is good friends with Louis from Too Hot to Handle. That, you know, him and him are thick as thieves. I don't know if they're roommates or what in the UK, but basically he said he's going back there for a little bit. And he said he will not be back in the US until the reunion, which is filming in New York, which will be August 19th. Now, I don't know if it's going to be live, or if they're going to, you know, tape it earlier in the day or tape it like the day or two before and then just cut it and then air it for us on the 19th. But basically, Louis said that is when Miguel said he will be back, you guys. Also, Janae sounds like she might be in LA for a little bit because she was asking for hairstylists, a wigologist especially, to give her a new sewn down wig and all of that. So it looks like she may have found somebody. Not sure if Kenny is going straight to Dallas or if he's stopping in or staying a little bit in LA first before he goes home for good. Also, Kendall seems to be, you know, in good vibes and jokes. The same person released more videos and more pictures, you guys, of Kendall. So I don't know if Nicole just made this exit because she's posted no content of her and Kendall, you guys. Zero content of her and Kendall. Dea, the Casa girl, she's still getting dragged on social media, you guys. She's trying to make it seem like things are on the up and up with Serena and Cordell and everything else. However, the fans don't care, and the fans are just dragging her. Sierra also did a live last night, you guys, and even she was getting dragged. And here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. I don't care who you guys stand for. I don't care who you guys like. This is why I liked when nobody was watching Love Island USA. I liked it when I was just talking to myself about Love Island USA because you guys, some of you cannot handle it. Some of you are way too close. You're way too obsessed with these Islanders and you need to detach. It is one thing following your favorite Islander, seeing what they're going to say in the upcoming postseason interviews, such as Leah. She has the big one with Call Me Daddy that Rob just did the other day. Now Leah's got one that's going to be coming out, I believe, on the 25th. So she's got representation now. So she's going to be doing all of the major podcasts and not all the podcasts that everybody else did. And I believe she's solo even for the Chicks in the Office podcast as well. But nonetheless, you guys, even Leah posted on her socials that everything was good between her, Janae, and Serena, and to follow them, right? Because I believe Serena's at 900,000 followers. I believe Janae is over 800,000 followers. And both, I hope, can get a milli by the end of this weekend. I am hoping that. I want that for them. Because this is unprecedented for Love Island USA, you guys. And it took Rob 2 seasons to get this many followers, to get over 700,000 followers, right? But nonetheless, even our most successful Islanders from the USA, Justine and Sally and Johnny, they don't even have 1 million followers, you guys. That is how much of a breakout season this is. This is why Bergie is so upset, because his season is forgotten. It's just as forgotten as season 3 is. But nonetheless, at least your season, Bergie, you guys can still get invited on other shows, such as The Traders. Right? But Rob was on the Call Me Daddy podcast, was taking zero accountability, basically said, all of the fuss over Andrea, that they talked. However, he decided she was doing too much on social media, so he's leaving her alone. He's already been spotted with another lady out and about. So he's just going to be clout chasing off of all these Latina women, you guys. These Latina blonde women are just going to be flocking over to Rob, you guys. And he's just going to be, the ultimate clout chaser, even though he had the audacity to cuss out Janae and say Janae didn't deserve to be on the show. But who found love and who didn't? And who is doing the press circuit having to discuss Leah? It just seems like Rob is one of those guys that, he's only into you when you're not available. It seems that his interest, almost immediately goes away when he is actually in a couple with you, or once he gets what he wants from you or whatever, makes up some excuse to be distanced from you and just hang out with Aaron the rest of the time, and he's on to the next. He's not serious about anybody. That's why I don't understand why production loves him so much, because he gave us nothing. It was giving bromance that was inappropriate with him and Aaron. And it was like, you're running through these chicks, you're developing zero connections to them, but you're getting your physical needs met. It's just disturbing. But you guys, you overlook it because you're like, well, Rob is cute. And those of you that were doing, the Rob and Janae edits and the Rob and Serena edits, you guys, no. This dude needs to get it together. He needs to get himself together, keep it a book, and they better come for him at this reunion, because he has some things he needs to answer to. Because why all that smoke for Janae if you were unserious, right? If you knew that you were probably not going to last with Andrea if she had stayed anyways. That if she stayed another 24 hours, it was going to be over anyways. So you did all of that for what? And then we have Kaylor, you guys, who went to the Nick Viall podcast in person, like I told you. Remember Serena and Cordell? They had an interview with the same podcast. However, it was from, the grainy camera zoom from Fiji in their hotel rooms, you guys. So, nonetheless, Kaylor and Leah and Aaron were all on the same trip to a few days prior, practically right after the finale aired, right? We're on that first flight to LA. And we know Leah, she's got representation. She's going to be securing the bigger interviews. But they have Leah now in person at the Nick Viall podcast. And it was like an hour and a half, you guys, of Aaron talk. Kaylor addressed the, Leah situation as far as her friend being messy. And what I didn't like about this was Kaylor's explanation was that her friend was trying to make her feel better about the hate that she was receiving, or people shading her for how she was giving Aaron 1,000,001 chances and just completely forgiving him for anything he said or did. And basically they felt by throwing shade at Leah, by saying she's not going to be around in 6 months, and somehow wanted to correlate it to when Leah made the comment, the white woman tears, which was weeks ago on the show. Has nothing to do with today. I just felt like they were trying to correlate that, or for whatever reason, for sympathy, and it just didn't make any sense. Kaylor said she found out more lies about Aaron. Also said that Aaron didn't take any accountability for this hot mic incident with Kaylor's friend. It's just, and this is what my issue is with Kaylor. You were pointing out all of these red flags about Aaron in this hour and a half interview. You were pointing out how your family and friends are concerned about you. You're pointing out how people are letting you know additional intimate things that Aaron did with Daniela and another woman at Casa Amor. And you're still talking about, yeah, we're still going to hang out in LA, go grocery shopping, and see what life is like in the real world. But you keep mentioning these red flags, such as, being aware how much Aaron would cry for Rob and would threaten to quit the show if Rob was dumped, and had more emotion for him, had tears for him, and zero for you. And I just don't understand what isn't computing, Kaylor. This man, this is what, his third or fourth reality show? He was already on a dating show in the UK. He won the UK season of The Traitors. And this is the third, the Love Island USA, right? So, Kaylor, what planet do you think that, Aaron is serious about you? He's going to ride this out until the reunion tapes because he knows you're going to support him. He knows you're not going to hold him accountable. So again, he's going to play it up, but still set you up to get dragged whenever he feels like it, because he's jealous that you're more liked in the couple than he is, even though he's the one who has been on all these reality shows. See, the boss move, Kaylor, like how you trademarked, FAWK, the boss move would have been to say, you know what? I am done with Aaron. I have self-respect for myself. I deserve a good man. I deserve all of these things. You basically said that Aaron is basically your ex. He's just a nicer version of him. He's just a nicer version of him and just lies and leaves out important details about the things he lies about and just tries to, smooth it over with grand gestures that turn out to be meaningless. Because eventually it all comes out, Kaylor. It always does. And see, now the problem's going to be, if you don't watch these episodes back, they're going to play in your face at the reunion because they like seeing you humiliated, crying, and everything else. Because they already got you figured out. So they're going to show more unedited footage of Aaron, since you are going to come up there in a united front and make it seem like everything's fine, everything's good. And they're going to expose more clips and say, listen, here's more. Here's Aaron more. He did more than what we showed at movie night. What is your reaction? And you've been spending all this time with him outside for, nearly a month, and had an opportunity to watch the show back. Your family told you, your friends told you, their concerns, their reservations about Aaron. Listen. This isn't coming from a place of somebody being a hater or somebody being negative. We know how this is going to go, Kaylor. We saw this with Johnny and Sully. We saw this with Sydney and Isaiah. We also saw this, why am I drawing a blank? Leo and Cassie, who came in second place last season. We saw it with all these people, and you guys aren't even a finalist. That's what's so crazy. There is zero obligation for you to remain with Aaron right now. Right? But nonetheless, I give those couples as examples is because their dudes did madness at Casa, even, Leo literally sleeping with somebody else at Casa. They took them back. They became finalists on the show, something that you couldn't even recover from because everybody was standing on business this season after the tomfoolery with Keenan and KK and the tomfoolery with everybody else. There was very little couples to root for. But this season we said not on our watch. We're not going to do this again. We are not going to watch somebody cry for 6 weeks over a dude that's playing in their face and they're going to take them back in 5 seconds and do something worse the next time. Because Aaron knows he can get away with it, Kaylor. So why would he stop his madness? And I'm sure there's girls in his DMs. I'm sure there's going to be other girls that look like Daniela that are going to try to hit him up. Or whatever else. Or he's going to take a beeline to Rob and hook up with all the people Rob's hooking up right now in the tabloids. This isn't the look that you think it is, Kaylor. It isn't. But nonetheless, you have all the answers. You have it all figured out. But I gave those other couples as an example because what happens when you do this interview circuit, this press circuit, is Casa will continue to be brought up forever. Aaron's actions will continue to be brought up forever. Aaron's obsession with Rob will continue to be brought up forever. And then it becomes a point where it's like, why am I sticking around in whatever this is when I'm not being treated right, when I've been lied to on multiple occasions, when I've been set up to be dragged on multiple occasions? What is going to give? What is going to be the final straw, Kaylor? But again, here's the thing. And the saying goes, if you like it, I love it, right? Because you can't want more for somebody than they want for themselves. And if you think that Aaron is good for you, despite all of the obvious red flags that some you're aware of, but still are going hard in the paint for him, then there's nothing else to do. You're just basically saying, listen, I'm going to allow him to cheat. I'm going to allow him to play in my face. I'm going to allow him to disrespect me. I'm going to allow him to be more in love with Rob than he is with me, and blah, 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 and use me for clout until the reunion airs. That's basically what you're saying. Because you're expecting me to believe that Aaron is going to not go back to the UK anytime soon, whether it's before or after the taping of the reunion. Like, let's be honest about what this is. But don't play in the people's faces, right? And all of these clout chasers that were running their mouths on TikTok lives and Instagram lives about Janae, Coy, where are you? Josiah, where are you? Connor, where are you? You guys had all this mouth on, when Janae was in the villa. Now that Janae is outside, now all of a sudden you guys are on the mute challenge. Why? Why don't you have the same energy now that Janae is out and can respond to you? It's giving scared. It's giving backtrack. It's giving, I need to get my story straight for this reunion if I'm invited, right? But nonetheless, this is nothing but tomfoolery with this cast. This cast is super messy. And I don't think they're going to be able to recreate this again, because the problem now that you have, because it sounded like both Serena and Kaylor applied for this show, they weren't a typical recruit, which shows a vast difference a lot of times. Because you can tell, like, somebody like Rob, who was recruited, what the situation is. You can tell Aaron was recruited because he's already been in reality TV. And you can see the night and day differences of the people who are trying to genuinely be there for love and the people who are genuinely there to build their social media following and gain more clout. And Aaron and Miguel, they're going to benefit. They're going to benefit from the USA audience. There is a reason Miguel said that he had an option between the UK Love Island and the USA Love Island. But just like Zeta did as well, who is also from the UK. She knew her chances of winning was better here. Miguel knew his chances of at the minimum being a finalist, and he ended up being a runner-up, was better here. Because in the U.S., we treat our black and people of color islanders and reality stars well. We don't do this tomfoolery of the nonsense that's taking place on the UK Love Island, where there can only be one, right? And it's just nothing but madness the whole time. But, this cast, I don't know. There's more interviews, I believe, that's going to be dropping of the finalists. But it is just crazy, you guys. And to the people who are still starting smear campaigns, whether it's against Serena, whether it's against Janae or Dea or whoever, please stop. The show is over. Get it together. I saw Leah fans dragging Janae's sister because she's just now watching the show. So she's just now seeing the scenes where Leah and Leah and Connor are gossiping about her. And you want to attack her sister? No. See, this is the problem with you new fans. And this is the problem that happened with Love Island UK. Those of you who don't know, several people affiliate that were on the show for Love Island UK, including the former host, not this last host, but the host before last, all unalive themselves, you guys, because of the constant hate, because of the constant discourse, because of the constant bullying and attacks months, years after the season is over. You can't let it go what you saw on the screen. And then if your fave was problematic or said or did something problematic, you want to bully these islanders into forgetting it ever happened. And force these islanders all to pretend to like each other so that your fave doesn't get exposed. But here's the thing, a leopard doesn't change its spots. A tiger doesn't change its stripes, you guys. So, nonetheless, you got to get it together. You've got to tighten up. But these fans are ruining this experience. Like I said, I want to go back to when I was just talking to Love Island and talking about it by myself. And there was nobody watching the Love Island videos. But now it's a phenomenon. Now a lot of men are interested in the show. Now a lot of people are doing reenactments on TikTok. You can't do it right now on Twitter or they'll snatch up your account. And this is my issue. I need to say something finally about Peacock. Peacock, I am tired of the blatant racism. You are pulling the same tactics that NBC Universal / Bravo pulled once Real Housewives of Atlanta took off. And once Real Housewives of Atlanta was getting like 4 and 5 million views an episode. And everybody loved the cast. Everybody loved Nene. And you couldn't handle the fact that Real Housewives of Atlanta, a predominantly all-black cast, was the #1 show on your network, so you found other ways to sabotage that. You found other opportunities to diminish the brand of the show and prop up other housewife shows and do all the excess promotion for the other housewife shows. And it's no different what you're doing to these finalists right now. You literally have the winners of the show not getting the proper respect that they should and getting the major interviews, you guys. And it's no shade, but listen, how did Miguel get the Rolling Stone interview article? And Leah's going to get this big, and I know you guys will be like, well, she has the most followers, blah, 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 but again, for what? What does the followers have to do with right now? What's going on now? You have a winner for the show that is basically invisible unless they continuously post content. Because Peacock, you're not acknowledging them. You're not treating them right. Now, all of a sudden, all of the viral edits that took place of Cordell and Serena and Janae and Kenny, now all of a sudden, if you are on Twitter, you're getting snatched. Your account is getting snatched. But it was okay for it to be viral when the show was airing. It was okay for this to contribute to you having record-breaking ratings across any other streaming platform in the history, and the highest rated season of Love Island USA in the history, the best season of Love Island USA in the history. And instead of promoting your winners, instead of promoting Serena and Cordell, you are promoting Kaylor. You are promoting Rob, who aren't even finalists. Meanwhile, Miguel, Cordell, Serena, Janae, and Kenny are having to do, interviews from the Fiji hotel room, you guys. On a blurry Zoom call. Getting asked the same questions over and over, and by the melanemic interviewers, asking a ton of questions on Rob and Kaylor and Aaron versus the people who were in front of you that were in an actual couple. Why? I see through the BS, you guys. I see through the blatant sabotage. We want to know about these Islanders' experience. And I hope they don't do this to Leah on the Call Me Daddy podcast whenever that airs and turns it into a 20-question seminar on Rob. You're with Miguel. And I feel like in part, Leah and Miguel agreed to say, listen, we need to promote ourselves. We need to promote this because we need to dead all these people that are posting these Rob and Leah edits. We need to shut it down. But it is just nothing but chaos with this fan base right now. Even the most chaotic season that got a lot of social media talking, which was season 2 and season 3, it's not even on this level of tomfoolery. Literally, even today, I believe Kaylor left a comment on Leah's Instagram post. And right then and there, you guys went into the comments to drag Kaylor, you guys. Kaylor was not allowed to leave a compliment on Leah's page. And this is why fan bases and stands get terrible names and get dragged. Because you can't handle if somebody doesn't act the way you want them to, or you want them to forget anything problematic they said or did and just only praise them. That's not how this works. Listen, there were things said and done by all of these Islanders on this show that we can pick apart that was good, and we can pick apart that wasn't so good. But to get on your high horse and play moral police on who can interact and who can't, who can say what about who and who can't, and now you're taking it as far as to attacking these people's family and friends? No. You guys need to pipe down. You need to just focus on whoever your fave is, focus on whatever interviews they have, and lay low and only pop back out for the reunion. But you guys need to come back to reality. Because stalking all these Islanders, finding out who's liking whose posts, who's following who isn't, who's posting what, who isn't, and then attacking other Islanders in the comments, for what? Even your fave, even your leader isn't dragging them, so why are you? Your fave is trying to say, listen, we're all good over here. But you're not listening because you want to defend their honor when they didn't ask you to do so. They said, Leah even said, she said, listen, we argued, we went back and forth, we fought, but what people didn't see was we made up right away. Because that's how strong our bond is, right? Now, I can argue, I don't know about that in some scenes of the show, if we're keeping it a book. Did you go immediately to Janae about the trash you were talking about her to Connor? And wanting Connor to basically praise you to shade Janae and how he had to lie about a kiss that he gave Janae to lower it to make Leah feel good about herself? Do we want to go down this road of just some of the negative things that were said and done? Because we can. We can do a whole video, a whole expose, and, completely go back from episode 1 until the finale of problematic things that were said and done that went unchecked, you guys. So please do not go there. Please do not play this game, but leave these Islanders alone. If you can't simply say anything nice about these people and simply like a post or whatever, then it's not meant for you because you're too attached. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.